What's up, people? Joe Winko here, your favorite Hawaiian guy, and here's my next episode of Joe Winko Talk. So, this is going to be about a news story that happened a while ago about this teacher who was trying to get with one of her students. It was this prep school in Pennsylvania. It was this 40-year-old teacher. Her name was Emily Finney. She was 40 years old at the time in 2015. She had a crush on one of her 16-year-old students, and she was trying to get with him, and then she was telling him that she could help him get into Harvard and everything, but he didn't like her at all. And I first saw this on the Young Turks. They did a video about this a couple of years ago. I'll have the link to that in the pinned comment, and I'll also have the link to the news story in the pinned comment. The boy told her that he didn't like her, but she kept pursuing him, and she was getting really aggressive and everything. And says here from the New York Daily News, starting last summer, Feeney started sending sexual texts and emails to the boy, sometimes from her school account, including one with a topless photo. Okay, so right away you already know this girl is a crazy bitch. I mean, from your school account, doesn't the school have access to that, and can't they hack into it and see what you've done and what you've been doing? Well, obviously she does have serious issues if she's chasing after one of her high school students. Okay, but it gets worse. Let me continue. Alright, in June, the boy told her in a text, "I'm not interested in you, end of the story. I'm 16 and not into you." And I applaud him for that, because, most people, they always think that just because someone's young, like even with me at being 22, people always try to talk me into things that I don't want to do at all, and I tell them, no, I stand my ground. This boy also stood his ground, so I applaud him for that, and I'm very happy that he did that. And yeah, just want to throw that out there, and because I hate it when people think that just because you're young, that they can talk you into things. That's not how it works. That's not going to work. So yeah, but she still, even after that, she still kept pursuing him. She still allegedly pursued him for a year, and she even kissed him once, despite him repeatedly telling her to stop. That's another quote from the news story article. In a way, that's sexual assault. She should go to prison or jail for that, because she kept stalking this boy, was sexually harassing him, and then she kissed him against his will. What the hell is up with that? Woman's sick. And then it still gets worse. She kept sending him text messages and everything, and she said, "I'd send you the sunburn photo I posted to Instagram, but that might not be a great move for my career." Of course it wouldn't be, you stupid bitch. You're harassing a 16-year-old boy. What the hell is your fucking problem? Gosh, if you're that desperate for dick, just go on Craigslist. You're bound to find something there, assuming you're a woman. Gosh. And then she said, "If you don't respond to me in another week, I will pull you aside." So she definitely is using her power of it being a teacher over him, and I think that's wrong, and I think that's fucked up. But I'm gonna get back to that later, because there's more I want to show you from this woman. Okay, then she sent him this text, which is just absolutely disgusting and chilling. "If you just stop fighting it and let it happen, you'd be a lot less uptight and much happier." What the fuck is wrong with this woman? Get it through your damn head. He doesn't want your creepy old ass. So get over it. Why are you chasing after a 16-year-old? The host of the Young Turks, his name is Chink Uber. Chink Uger. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Damn it. Okay, forgive me. I thought I had a handle on it before I did this episode of Joe Winko Talk, but I forgot how to pronounce his name. So he is really cool. He hosts the Young Turks. I think everyone should watch the Young Turks because they're the best news reporters ever. Just throwing that out there again. I don't think I say that enough. He brought up an interesting point in the video. He said that, even though she's harassing him and it's against his will, because most of these stories of the teachers having an affair with students, the students are, willing and going through with it with them, and like when it's an older woman having an affair with the younger student, he's like, "Oh, this is awesome," and he's going through with it. Not always, but in most cases it is. But he didn't want to have anything to do with her, and she kept stalking him and harassing him and sending him pictures and everything. And he brought up an interesting point. Like, even though he didn't want it and everything, and she was stalking him, she's gonna get a lesser charge because she never ended up having sex with him at all. And I think that's kind of messed up because she was stalking him and everything. And well, she was fired from her job, and I'm pretty sure she won't ever become a teacher again. And I'm glad about that because she deserves it. Because no one should be stalked and harassed like that. And I never really understood when they said that, like, when a teacher is having an affair with a student, that there's an imbalance of power. I never really understood that until I read this story and heard this story. And I think that's messed up, that she's not going to have him get into Harvard and saying that she's going to pull him aside and not let him get into Harvard because he's not going to have sex with her and not going to have a relationship with her when he really doesn't want her at all. That's sick. So there definitely is an imbalance of power. And I still think it's wrong for teachers to have sex with the students anyway, because that's kind of fucked up and really creepy. Like, even before reading this, I always thought that was wrong. But, it's sick that she was trying to do that. And, another thing that surprised me about this story, I never thought women were that aggressive with trying to get with men. I mean, what the hell was her problem, really? I mean, because I just thought that if he wasn't into her, she would just go and find someone else. I mean, when I post an ad in the personal section of Craigslist, well, it's just a bunch of gross people who want to hook up with you, like when I used to try using Craigslist for dating. That's really all that's out there, just people wanting to hook up with you and everything. Like, I'd get replies, but with her being a woman posting an ad on Craigslist, gosh, I can't imagine how many replies she'd be getting. But seriously, sick. And it's wrong. She's messed up too. And I was trying to figure out, why would she do something like that? Why would she creep on this guy and keep sending him text messages even though he doesn't want her at all, and made that clear? But, I think I finally figured out why she would. I think she legitimately did like him and want to have a sexual relationship with him and was trying to talk him into it. But I also think that she was getting off on the fact that she was making this boy feel uncomfortable, and that she had that power over him, and that she was enjoying that feeling of making him uncomfortable and trying to manipulate him and everything, and she was enjoying having that power control. I really think that that's one twisted, sick bitch, and I really think she should be locked up, because he didn't want her at all, and he wasn't inviting any of that, but she kept trying to use that against him and everything. Little did she know he was gonna rat her ass out, and she got busted for it, which is exactly what she deserved. Now, I'm not sure of the exact final charges and everything, but she did get arrested, and she ended up out on bail, which was not a good idea. I don't know what the fuck she did after that. I hope she wasn't trying to harass him or anything. But she really is sick, and this story makes me cringe. I mean, if you stop fighting it and just let it happen, you'd be much happier. That's fucking creepy. That's like, ugh. I never imagined a woman being that creepy either. That's the thing that shocked me about this story, and that's what made it worthy of having an episode of Joe Winko Talk done about it. I mean, it is kind of humorous in a way, but in all honesty, it's really not funny at all, because this boy was uncomfortable. He was probably so annoyed and so disgusted of this woman hitting on him, even though he didn't want her at all. So, it's not funny, really. And she's such a creepy perv. That's the only reason why it's a little bit funny. But if you look at the whole picture and think about all the stuff the boy was going through with this creepy woman stalking him and saying that because he's not going to have a relationship with her, she's not going to let him go into Harvard, that's fucked up. And I'm glad he ratted her ass out, because she deserved it, really. And I'm glad he stood his ground. That's the thing about this story that I'm proud of, that he stood his ground, he didn't fall into it at all, and he didn't fall through with any of that, and that's good that he didn't, so I applaud him for that. So what do you think of this story? Please let me know in the comments. And that's basically it for this episode of Joe Winko Talk. I finally did 70 episodes of Joe Winko Talk for year 2017, more than I did for any other year for Joe Winko Talk. I have a whole list of them on my wiki site if you want to check that out. I'll have a link to that in the pinned comments as well. I don't post enough stuff on my wiki site. I should post more stuff on, but there's just so much stuff to post about that I just get overwhelmed and I don't end up posting. It's really supposed to be you guys who are posting to my wiki site instead, but oh well. That's why I haven't been motivated to make a new episode of to make a new Sims 2 horror movie lately. I did an episode of Joe Winko Talk about that. I'll have the link to that in the pinned comments as well. But enough of that. So thank you guys for watching this episode of Joe Winko Talk. And yeah, don't forget to like, don't forget to comment, don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to like me on Facebook and follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Tumblr. So that's it. Peace out, people.